What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. We've got a great video for you guys today. We're gonna go over the 20 secrets that most Uber drivers do not utilize. Before we jump in this video, we wanted to give a quick shout out to Play Octopus. Play Octopus is my favorite third-party company that has ever worked in conjunction with Uber and Lyft. So Play Octopus will send you a tablet in the mail. This tablet mounts to your headrest. Keep in mind they send this to you for free. They cover the data costs, and customers can play games and do a lot of different functions on this tablet. As they engage with it, you actually make money that Play Octopus pays out to you. Now, that's awesome and all, but honestly, to me, the even greater benefit of having this is how much better of an experience you are offering as a driver. Play Octopus drivers have seen increased tips, higher ratings overall, and I think the way to look at this is a lot of times you just don't want to talk. So being able to point them to the tablet and get them engaging with that ensures that they have an entertaining ride regardless. Alright, so check that out, guys. Link in the description below. Let's jump into this. Alrighty, so the 20 secrets, most of these are what I've utilized to make more money since I've been driving. The number one thing for me always is utilizing both apps. In most cases, I do just fine with just Uber. But every now and then there's just a weirdly slow day where it definitely benefits to have both apps running so that I can increase, basically get double the pickup. On that same note, my next tip, and this is something I did for a while that I really enjoyed, was I actually used a tablet instead of a phone. I bought a tablet separately. I made sure it had split screen capabilities, and I would keep it mounted. That way I could have both apps up and see both apps at the same time. And that made it a whole lot easier than just constantly switching back and forth between the apps on my phone. The next tip on this list is rideshare insurance is generally cheaper than normal insurance. There's a lot of cases where you can get it for like $9 a month depending on the company. Don't be going through Geico or any of the major carriers, but make sure you do have it regardless. Next, I would say spill-proof drink carriers. I spilled a lot in my own vehicle over the years. That was something that made things a lot easier for me, and God forbid someone comes in with drinks. I know a lot of you guys put signs up saying no food or drink. I think that's a mistake personally and an easy way to not get tips because it's just kind of annoying. So if you're worried about them spilling, well, give them an option so that they can't really spill. Easy solution there. Now, if you don't like the tablet idea, I can understand why it's big and clunky. My next tip would be to get a second phone. You can pretty much write off that entire phone. I'm not a tax accountant or advisor. It's just what I've done. And a lot of times keeping work and personal life separate does make the job a lot easier. It doesn't have to be nice. It can be an older iPhone, older Android, Galaxy, whatever Google Pixel you want to do. It does not have to be a brand new, super expensive phone. Next on the list is a magnetic mount. I've tried pretty much every mount. I hate the ones that suction to the windshield because when it gets hot, a lot of times they don't stay long. They leave a nasty little ring on the windshield as well. The AC vents will block your air or heat coming out, which is also very annoying. Also, if it's cold and you've got the heat on, a lot of times it'll make your phone overheat. So I never like doing the ones in the vents either. The way to go is the magnetic mounts. Personally, those are my favorite, and they're so easy to use because you can just pull your phone on and off as you need it. Next thing, a lot of people in the last couple of years especially have gotten big into streaming their rides. This you cannot do. This is against Uber's rules. So if you have a dash cam, that's fine. That's perfectly okay and recommended. But if you're using this to stream to the cloud, that is not okay. So just so you know, if by chance you were to do something like that, you can't do something like that. Next on the list is kind of in that same vein as having a dash cam in general. There are so many scenarios, especially early on, where I wished I had gotten a dash cam earlier because, you know, it just helps and it's going to be the easiest way to prevent you getting wrongly banned or deactivated. Keep your car clean is next. Get a car wash membership. They're generally very cheap, $7 to $30 a month, depending on what all you want. But being able at the end or the beginning of the day to go get it cleaned, as well as vacuumed, is a must. It's going to encourage better tips if your car is always clean. Utilizing Play Octopus, like we talked on, you've got to do at the beginning, you've got to do everything you can to make more money. Play Octopus is the easiest way to do that, hands down. It's just going to get you more tips and more earnings all around. Another service like Play Octopus is Work Solo. That gets you guaranteed earnings in your area. So this is pretty incredible because it's like getting a guarantee of what you could make every single day, and they're going to cover the difference. You can also track all your expenses on it. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. Utilizing driver referrals. I've actually made quite a bit of money on passengers I drove around that were interested in driving for Uber. Easiest way to do this is use virtual business cards, not physical ones, because then you can put your referral link in the virtual card. You can text it to them, and then bam, it's in their mind, and if they click that link and sign up, give X amount of rides, you're gonna get an easy amount of money just for sending them to Uber. Probably the biggest one I've noticed when I'm a passenger that drives me crazy is drivers that just feel like they have to talk the whole ride. A lot of people are still gonna tip you even if you don't jabberjaw or have the world's best conversation. Just shut up. Notice their social cues. If they're giving you one-word responses to you talking about how sick your life is, probably should stop talking about yourself. If they are talking, listen more, ask a few questions, but don't be annoying. You've got to play a fine balance of not just dominating the conversation, talking the entire time. I would say in most cases, that's how you're not going to get tips. Going above and beyond, this isn't always true. Personally, I decline people that are, getting picked up at Walmart. I'm not going to sit and wait for you to load your 50 bags of groceries and then take you a mile away. On that note though, if it's an airport ride, I'm helping with luggage. If there's anything I can ever do extra to help, I will. But in the lines of relativity, stops can be a great way to lose money. So what I generally do if someone wants to make a stop is I say, hey, please understand, I'm doing this to pay my bills. Just if you don't mind, be respectful of that. And honestly, if you're not back out here in 5 to 10 minutes, I will be gone. And I'll do it. I've done it plenty of times before. It's just disrespectful on their part to do that. But if you get the vibe that maybe there'd be a big tipper, might be beneficial to wait around. So you got to use some discretion, but always go above and beyond if you can. If you're using amenities, which you should because that's going to get you more tips, make sure you're writing them off as well. I like to always have cologne, perfume, and mints. That way if people want to freshen up before they go on that date or whatever they're doing, big work meeting, they smell good, they have mints, maybe they forgot to brush their teeth, who knows. Water, snacks, as you guys know, those are common ones, but also stuff like Tums, aspirin, puke baggies, anything for if they potentially get sick, God forbid. Surge hacking, I've talked about this a lot. Rather than going in the middle of the surge, stay on the outskirts. You'll get more rides in that hour, almost always leading to more earnings than the one ride you waited, an hour or two for outside of that concert. Stay as far outside of it and collect the lower surges as you can. Driving the right hours, pretty much for me, if it's weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m., 5 to 7 p.m., I don't mess with anything else. Sometimes I'll add an hour or two of that if I'm just bored and got nothing else to do. But the main thing is try to capitalize on weekends. Nights can be very, very profitable on weekends. Sundays for NFL games, brunch, all that stuff is the main time people are out and about and looking to take Ubers. My rule of thumb is when are people drinking, that's when I want to be out there. Alrighty, cater to the bonuses. So if you have 3 ride bonuses, rather than going out all day, I try to drive in the hours that offer the bonuses. I've found that rather than driving a full shift, splitting up my shift usually leads to me making about the same amount, if not more, than if I just sat outside and waited for rides all day, even during slow times. Split your shifts. If you want to do 6 hours, don't go from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Do 6 to 9 and then 5 to 7, or you get the drift. Gas station memberships, pairing this if you can with the likes of Get Upside as well as your Uber and Lyft bonuses can actually, what's it called? Your platinum stuff. I can't think of what it's called. But if you can, use them in conjunction together, and a lot of times you can get upwards of 30 cents off per gallon, which is really, really solid. I have a diesel car, so generally I get better deals because the Get Upside offers really good deals on diesel. But even so, even back when I had gas powered vehicles, a lot of times I could get like a good 10 to 15 cents off per gallon, just by combining Get Upside with a local gas station membership, and if I could with my Uber and Lyft perks as well. Perks, that's the word I was looking for. Last one on my list is pack your lunch. You wouldn't believe how much money you'll save by not eating McDonald's every day. You'll also be healthier, you'll have better energy. The list of benefits of not just killing fast food and gas station food every day goes on and on and on, but the main thing is you will save more money. Just making sandwiches and stuff each day is going to be a game changer. Get a small cooler, and I promise you're gonna be glad you did. So that's what I got for you guys, our 20 secrets most Uber drivers don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out Play Octopus and Work Solo, linked in the description below. I think you guys will really enjoy those services, and they will make you more money. Most importantly, stay safe out there, guys, and stay tuned for more updates.